They came to America, saw what happened, and went back home. But somehow, they ended up booking another trip to America. What could possibly make British tourists leave America, then willingly come back? You need to see this. Subscribe right now, because their next reaction explains everything.
I went to America expecting to enjoy it, but I didn't expect to come home wanting to move there. I've travelled around quite a bit, but the USA just hit differently, and I don't even think it was one city or place in specific. It was that feeling of having so much to explore. I mean, every state has so much for you to experience, and now I want to make it my home someday. Americans, if you could move to one state right now, where would you be going?
I am a Brit who moved to Dallas, Texas last year, and I want to talk about one of the main things I always get asked after moving here, and that is, what is the biggest difference between Texas and the UK, or what is the thing that you love the most about living in Texas now? And one of the biggest differences is the people. Like, I cannot get over how friendly everyone is here. It's so different to the UK, specifically London. London is like a dead city. Like, it is so hard to make friends in London. I've been living there pretty much my whole life, and I haven't made one friend in London, aside from like my core friend group, obviously from school and things like that. I've been in Texas now for like 8 months, and I can't even tell you how many times people will just come up to you and talk to you. Like, I think it's like a Southern thing. And like, people just have that Southern hospitality. But I'll go to like a Pilates class, and then it will finish, and a girl will come up to me and be like, "Hey, do you want to grab a coffee after this? What's your name?" And I'm like so shocked by that. I can't get over how welcoming people are. I mean, even when you go to like the checkouts in the food shop places like Trader Joe's, the checkout people are so nice. They'll just talk to you for like ages and like ask you questions and smile at you. And I just find that the people are like next caliber level of friendly. And it's so nice. Like, I've made really good friends here. And I've probably made more friends living in Texas for the last 8 months than I have in London my whole life, which is insane when you think about it. But yeah, I just wanted to say that is one of the main differences. And it's always the one I talk about when people ask, because it's definitely like one of the main selling points for me is just how nice and lovely people are.
Aside from the weather, the reason I live in America, especially California, is the food. Look at this steak taco. The food here, there's nowhere like it. So yeah, Mexican. So yum.
At first, these British tourists seemed completely overwhelmed by America. The size, the food, the roads, even everyday American habits felt surprisingly different from home. Yet instead of saying never again, something changed their minds. Their reactions went from disbelief to genuine excitement, and that's when the return trip suddenly made sense.
I'm a Brit in America, and I am back in Houston. I was walking through the airport, and the feeling never goes away. So I've been back in the UK for 10 days for weddings, great catching up with friends, family, all that sort of stuff. But I was walking through the terminal once we'd landed, and I was like smiling to myself, and people must have thought this guy's weird, but I was just genuinely excited to be back. And even though I've flown back and forth between the UK and the US so many times over the last 4 years, the feeling just never gets old. It's just like an overwhelming sensation of just excitement, and I don't really know where it comes from, but I suppose it's a good thing. You know, it's a country that you live in, you should be excited to be coming back. And then this is something that we in the UK, we don't get very often. It's that holiday feeling. So it's when you've been in the UK all year, you go on holiday to Spain, France, Greece, or wherever it is, and the second you get off that aeroplane, you get hit with a waft of the heat, and it just gives you that feeling of like, yes, we are here, we've arrived on holiday, and it just makes you instantly excited. And that is why one of the reasons anyway why I chose Texas, which I know gets a bit of stick because of the humidity and people over here don't actually like the weather. But every morning I just open my door with my coffee, and I just get hit with the heat from outside, and it puts a smile on my face. I feel like I'm on holiday again. and you know, deciding to live in a country where I get that feeling every single morning is just unmatched. So probably something you guys take for granted over here, like, oh, it's the weather, it's normal. But for someone from England, you never really get hit with that heat when you step outside. You know, we don't have the air conditioning, and plus it never gets as hot outside, so there's never really that difference in temperature of you open the door and then it's like woof, you know, it's summer kind of thing. So yeah, just something I absolutely love over here.
Thinking about this holiday, and I'm thinking, I really wish I was jetting back to the States. Like, I really wish I was going to Texas or Tennessee or a southern state or like Louisiana or Nashville or something, because Europe, I've just had enough of it.
What makes this even more interesting is that they weren't simply returning because they had enjoyed the vacation. They had experienced something in America that genuinely stuck with them. The more they talked about it, the clearer it became. America had surprised them in ways they never expected, and they wanted another taste.
Okay, it's happened. I've started to miss the United States of America. We got back literally like 4 weeks ago, and I've been editing all our videos, going through all our footage, and I literally just miss it so much. We had an incredible time. I think we were there for 9 weeks in total, and we visited 7 states. It was meant to be 8, but Spirit Airlines went bust and kind of messed things up a little bit. So we got the 7 states in, and we left the UK 3 years ago now. So we left our home 3 years ago. We've been traveling around full time ever since, and in the back of our mind there's always that thought of finding somewhere to settle for the long term, and I think America definitely could be it. Now currently the Lone Star State, Texas, has our hearts. It's right up there near the #1 spot, but we only saw 7 states. We've got so much more to see, and we also really love the coast, the beach, the sea. Loads of people have told us to go to Florida. We haven't been there yet, so we really need to go to Florida. We did love Laguna Beach in the OC in California, but we didn't get to go to San Francisco. We didn't go to San Diego. Where should we go? Where do you think will suit us? Let us know down below. But we're literally missing so much. The food, the trucks, the sport, like the Houston Rockets, the NBA, was amazing. We didn't get to an NFL game. We really wish we could have done that, but it's not in the season at the moment. We also would have loved to have experienced college sports as well. We didn't get to do that. So we definitely need to come back. And I just keep watching like all of the World Cup, and I just want to be there. I really, really miss it. And yeah, we've got to come back as soon as possible. We really want to come back for the 250th anniversary on the 4th of July. But unfortunately, we can't make it for that. But we want to come back as soon as possible. So let us know down below where we should visit, what we should do, where you think we should go. And we'll start arranging our next trip.
Made it to America, just got through baggage claim, collected all 18 bags that we have checked when we were in London, and we have a total of 25 bags with us. Now we have to go through and check them all again for our second flight, so let's get after it. Oh yeah, and security. Traveling back in the States, we have a lounge for military, USO, so we have free food, and I got a hot dog and a Rice Krispie treat so far because it looks like they need a restock, so I'll take this for now. First American hot dog in years. Am I going to be disappointed after eating an Icelandic hot dog? Cheers. Now that is nostalgic. I've missed this the last 4 years. But definitely doesn't beat the Icelandic hot dog. Show me what you got. How was the buffalo pickle? So we have several hours before our next flight because it just got delayed another 30 minutes, I think, which is fine because there's a military lounge where we're hanging out at, and it's a USO, so we get some free food. The international flight went really well. Aspen slept for like 3.5 hours, which was fantastic, and she travels so well. She loves it. She's excited. She thinks it's an adventure. So that's exciting. I'm glad that she sees it that way and feels that way. So when we get to New York tonight, we have to get phones. So we have phone service, and we are getting a rental car and then our hotel. So it's going to be like 10 o'clock or later by the time we actually like get into a hotel room. So we're 5 hours behind England, and man, we got up at like 4 o'clock England time for this. So we've been on the move for a while, which is, we're handling it really well. So that's nice. So let's see First thing Saturday morning, we're gonna go buy a car. What kind of car should we get for Syracuse? Because it gets the most snow in all of America. So let me know what vehicle we should get for that. I'll keep you guys updated on our travels.
So I just landed in the US as a British tourist, and I had my first crazy border interview. I was kidding, by the way, in my last TikTok when I was like, oh, haha, I'm gonna get deported. That is actually a real possibility. You can fuck it up so easily. And I almost did, not even being dramatic. First thing you have to do is memorize your address. I didn't actually do that, so she got real suspicious. I was like, why are you staying close to a month in America? Is this your first time? Anyways, I was also really hesitant with some of the questions because I was like thinking, you have to execute with confidence. I didn't. Anyways, I made it through finally. This is my fit right now for New York. It's not even that cold. What were you even on about? Secondly, I need to find a way to survive the subway. It's like 11 p.m. here at night. We're in New York, baby. I have to drag this shit to my Airbnb. So my next video is going to be surviving the subway. Literally 30 minutes into the USA, nearly got deported. What else could go wrong?
Guys, we have a huge problem. James and I are so bored already of the UK. We haven't even been back for 7 days and we're already planning our next trip to America. When I tell you, America is the most gorgeous, most beautiful place I have ever seen in my life, I am not joking. The nature, the scenery, the people, everything about America I have fallen head over heels for. And we only explored the tiniest part of America and we were mind blown. This is how crazy America is, in the best way possible. Driving along in the RV, going through these beautiful roads, trees everywhere, pretty much in the mountains, in the forest. Next minute, you're in the desert. Sand, rocks, cactus, cacti, whatever you call them. And I was so confused. I was like, an hour ago we were just in the forest, and then you just keep going through different sceneries and nature all the time, and it's like, how is this possible? For example, we were in Sedona, there was a massive snowstorm, it looked like Narnia, it looked like I had just stepped out the wardrobes into Narnia. Snow everywhere, snow on the mountains, it was beautiful.
The only issue is the sun's in the wrong place, so it might get silhouetted.
And then the next minute we drive 2 hours away. We're in Page, back in the desert, sand, sun. I'm being completely serious right now. We will jump on a plane next week and come back to America. If someone can suggest us the best place to go next. We love nature, we love scenery, we love good gyms. We need good gyms because James is a bodybuilder and we like going to the gym. We like good hikes, we like good drives, we like good food. So if anyone can suggest us the best place for us to go next in America, honestly, we might go back very, very soon.
And this is the part that really says everything. They had already seen America for themselves, experienced the differences, and gone home with plenty to talk about. But after all that, they still chose to come back. Whatever they discovered clearly outweighed the culture shock, and their decision might surprise you too.
It's our last day in South Carolina. We are so sad. We've loved every minute of this trip. This was part of my Airbnb tour that went wrong. It was perfect for what we needed. It had a fully fenced yard for the dog. We have found that is quite hard to come by in America for some reason. People like not having a fenced yard. That is not a thing in the UK. Just walking in a really cute town in South Carolina called Mount Pleasant, which is where we are staying whilst we visit. It is so cute and residential and like everything you see in the movies. Cute. But how sweet are these houses? Like, they're so cute. American suburb. And this is my first time in a true southern suburb. Because I've been told that Florida doesn't count as the South, which baffles me because it's the southest one of them all, right? It's at the bottom. But apparently it's not true South, so this is a true southern suburb. Everyone and their nan has a truck as well. It's just truck city down here. I love it. Obviously it's making Ollie beg me for a truck, which is just not suitable for Boston. I'm not being funny, but the roads and the spaces are just not suitable. Love this time of day as well. Look at the cute little pink door on that one. I love how each one has like its own little character as well. Like, they're not all the same.
and this crossbody there.
A taste test of brown fox coffee. There was a huge queue, but I couldn't believe how quickly they got them out. So I've got the Foxy Iced Chai, which is like a speciality or specialty that they've got. Oh, that is the best chai I've ever had. That is the best chai I have ever had. That is no exaggeration. This is Ollie's, but I'm going to try it. It's a white chocolate. It's a white raspberry mocha. Yeah, that's good. Oh, okay, let's go and give it to Ollie. So excited to go and see Charleston for all that it's got to offer, and go and get some amazing southern food. We are loving South Carolina. I cannot wait to tell you more about it, and I will let you know what I think about it in a different video, but we are having the best time. So.
Aww. You're so proud.
Charleston is really dog friendly, so we took the dogs with us so they can interact with all the other dogs on the streets. Because the people are so friendly, everyone starts talking to you when you have a dog too. Something that doesn't really happen in Boston. The neighbourhood that we live in is really dog friendly, but people don't really want to stand and have a conversation with you. It's kind of like the dogs meet and then we all both walk off in silence kind of thing. So it's actually so nice to enter into conversation with other human beings. That is one of my favourite things about the South, to be honest. And also, South Carolina just seems to have the most beautiful trees. I want to say thank you so much to everyone from South Carolina that's been so welcoming on here. We'll be back soon. We have more food to try.
Yeah.